Hi YouTube, EA released a lot of new content today. We received the last 3 of the Stanley Cup Master items. We also received a bunch of new game day tilt cards which you can make, and actually they will go up in the overall. As you can see on the screen, if the team will go and win the championship, the cards will go up by the 4, if they will go in the finalists, they will go up by 2, or if they will be just consultation winner, it will go up by 1. Also received the Nations of Hockey card. I think EA dropped the ball because the Team Canada and the guy who received the card should never be there. But on the other side, I'm really happy that Team Latvia finally get a card, so Balcers and Daugaviņš are probably my top highlights for today's content. And again, if, for example, Team USA wins gold, the cards will go up by 4, if they will win a silver, it will go up by 2, and if, let's say, Team Latvia wins a bronze, which is very actually something we can get, the cards will go up by 1. Let's talk about the game day tilt cards. Pretty much they all are the same. They will go up by 4 if the team will win. As I already said, they all are limited between 90 and 92 speed. Again, speed is very limited for these cards. I don't know why EA is just not like going crazy and giving them 95 or above speed. Maybe because they're only 92 overalls, who knows, but EA is just not very generous with giving a lot of speed to the young guys. If I would need to choose, then probably Colton Dash would be my best choice because he's just the biggest guy. I think there is a lot of good choices. If these guys are from your favorite team, then 100% go and grab him, because in the end of the day you really want to use the players you like, and I think this is a good opportunity when EA is actually giving us more and more young guys. We can actually get them in our teams, because if we are like a fan of them and they're like our future prospects for the teams we are cheering for, I think it's really good. Another good example would be Jeremy Hensel, left-handed defenseman, maybe not the biggest guy, but again, he had 92 speed, he had gold shutdown, very usable card, he had elite edges, and his shooting and hands and like skating stats are all like in a range where you can actually use the player, and there is not a lot of good left-handed defensemen in the 92 overall range, so I think these cards will also be quite cheap, so why not go and grab them? Okay, now let's talk about the Nations of Hockey cards. I believe this is the best content released today because I'm a huge international hockey fan, and I think whenever the international players playing for their teams get recognition and get a card in the game, I think it's a huge achievement, because there's a lot of people who would really like to use the players from their countries. Let's start with Rudolf Balcers. Again, the card is very, very mid. You probably will never use him in your God squad, but me as a Team Latvia fan and someone who really cheers for the boys, he will 100% be on my team, even if he's only 92 overall. Even if he's not going up, he will probably be there and stay until the new game will come out. He had wheels and he had close quarters, very solid zone and superstar abilities. With only 91 speed, I think it will help him a lot. Next one will be Nick Bonino. Elite edges and shutdown, very solid. The speed again is 92 because EA is just trying to limit the speed for all the 92 overall cards. I'm not talking about the synergies because I don't think this time of the year everyone even cares about the synergies, because pretty much like everyone have all the synergies activated. If you just really started, then obviously it's a different story and you probably would like to focus on the speed synergies, but let's assume you already have almost every single card in the game, you don't really think about the synergies. So shooting and hands are also like probably not as good as Balcers card, but still, if you're a Team USA fan, why not? Next one is Dylan Sandberg from Team USA. Again, very solid left-handed defenseman. He's actually very useful, even with the 90 speed. He's a big guy, he had stick him up and he had elite edges. He had Protector and Dangle City. His hands and shooting is solid, so if you're a fan of the team, I would probably put him on my left hand as a defenseman. Next one is Dominic Cahoon from Team Germany. Tape to tape and close quarters, probably one of my favorite combo, and I say that every single NHL video I make. Tape to tape helps with the passing, and close quarters is just meta this year. Again, it's my personal opinion and I use it as on every single player I can. It helps me a lot with passing and scoring goals. 92 speed, shooting and hands is very balanced out, and I think he's probably one of the best cards in the Nations of Hockey release this week. Next one is Kai Wisseman from Team January, right-handed defenseman. Probably one of the worst cards they release because he have only 87 speed. He's not as big as I was expecting, like always you see then the slower players are the bigger players, but actually he's quite mid-size as well. So he had gold elite edges, he had ice pack, but other than that, I probably will not put him on your team if he's not your favorite player, because he will be very slow and I don't think he'll be able to score a lot of goals or block a lot of shots. Even saying that his body checking is 99, I still think like there are probably better right-handed defensemen in the 92 range. Next one is Mitchell Carcone from Team Canada. He had no contest and he has snipe, again 92 speed, shooting is very solid, same about the hands, very balanced out, very small left-handed winger, probably will be bumped off the pack quite easily, but it's just nice to see that Team Canada and Michael Corcoran is getting a card. There's another guy from Team Canada. I personally will not even look at his card because he don't deserve to be in the game, he don't deserve to play for the national team, and I just think, and this is a really big criticism for EA, they should never release and give him a card. The next one is probably my favorite card, Kaspars Daugaviņš. I'm just so happy that Kaspars Daugaviņš is getting a card in NHL. I grew up watching him playing for Team Latvia, and he's like one of my all-time favorite players. Even when he was drafted by the NHL, when he played few games for Ottawa Senators, and all the way back in Europe, I just really love the card. He's a very, very, very big guy, and he can get the puck away with the hits from the players. He has close quarters, and he have no contest. Yes, he may have only 87 speed, but he will be my captain as soon as I will be able to get him from in the auction house. If you activate the synergies, it doesn't really boost a lot of stats because his stats are very, very mid, shooting, hands, and checking and defense. Same as skating, like balance is 99, which is very good for such a big guy, but I'm just really happy to see Kaspars Daugaviņš, and this is probably just my little proud moment because Latvia's first time ever playing in the semi-finals in the international stage, so I'm hoping I will be able to get Daugaviņš in the next half an hour and use him in my squad. Another set of cards we could possibly look at are next gen, but they are just way too many. They're all pretty much the same. If the player is from your favorite team, make sure you go and check him out because he probably will be useful for your team. Personally, I don't think any of them are someone you would like to have in your God squad, but if they are from the team and the guys you are cheering for, then 100% why not? It's end of the May. In the end of the day, you have to use the players you like, so make sure you go and check them out. Okay, now let's talk about the last three MSPs. First one is Evgeny Malkin. Really solid card. If you activate all the synergies, you can get the speed up, shooting, deking, checking, everything is in the late 90s. He have third eye, he have big rig, he have close quarters, no contest, and unstoppable force. I think with the unstoppable force activated, Evgeny Malkin probably would be unstoppable. I'm always quite bad with him, to be fair. I would not use him in a center. He was always playing better on wing for me, but I think it's really nice because usually you get Evgeny Malkin's card quite early in the game. This year they waited probably until almost the end, so if I would be able to use this card, I would 100% keep him in my team. Next one, and I'm very, very, very surprised to see Mikael Samuelsson. Trash probably is happy about all the Red Wing cards he's getting. I was asking for Rangers, only get like one or two. Trash is getting Red Wing cards every week, but anyway. He had a big tipper, it's really fun, superstar or zone ability to use. He also had Crease Crusher, Close Quarters, No Contest, and Total Eclipse. If you get the synergies up, again, speed goes up, shooting hands, all is on the late 90s. He's very, very big right-handed winger and probably one of the best choices from this week's drop just because he had really good superstar abilities. He's very good from the stats, and okay, ignore whatever I said. Actually, Brendan Shanahan is the best choice from this week. His card looks so good. You get the synergies up, you get his speed. Even if his speed is still 94, his size is probably compensating that. He had gold truculence. That already makes this guy probably unstoppable with his size. He had Total Eclipse, he had No Contest, he had Unstoppable Force, and he had Close Quarters. Look at the stats, hand, shooting, skating, everything is really good. So yes, if I would need to rank this week's drop, I would probably go with Brendan Shanahan, Mikael Samuelsson, and the third one would probably be Evgeny Malkin. Again, you probably can choose the player you like, but that would be my ranking for this week. If I would need to go and use my collections, then I probably would use them on Shanahan. He's a right-handed winger who can really make a big impact in your team, and you could probably use him like for the rest of the year until the new game drops. Okay, that's it for today's content drop. So far we only managed to get Rudolf's Balcers. I really hope we can get Daugaviņš as well, so that we could have Balcers, Daugaviņš with Šilos in the net. Anyway, let's go Latvia and hopefully we can beat Canada today. Let me know down in the comment section below what do you think about this week's content. Are you making any of the cards, and hope you enjoyed. See you on the ice.